Greetings. This is Ethiopian Reporter Digital Media News and I'm Nazan Abdullah. Here are the headlines. Ethiopia rejects UN Human Rights Council resolution. Machines looted from Amhara region transported by UN vehicles, ministry alleges. Attacks against journalists soar in Ethiopia, report says. Ethiopia rejects the resolution of the UN Human Rights Council passed with a majority vote to establish an international commission of experts on Ethiopia to conduct an investigation into allegations of human rights violations and abuses by all parties to the conflict in North Ethiopia. The resolution was approved by the Council with a 21-15 vote in a special session held at Geneva, Switzerland, and will allow the creation of a 3-person team with a one-year mandate to monitor human rights abuses in Ethiopia. Ethiopia immediately announced its decision not to cooperate with the new body, calling it a mechanism imposed against its consent. The UN decided to establish the new body despite a call by the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission that the formation of a new group was repetitive, counterproductive to ongoing implementation processes, and further delays redress for victims and survivors. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a statement released following the conclusion, called the resolution an alternative way to meddle in the internal affairs of a sovereign state and warned it would worsen the situation on the ground. Zannaba Kabede, Ethiopia's ambassador to Switzerland, called the resolution a deliberate destabilization effort. The Ethiopian government will not cooperate with any mechanism imposed on it, said Zannaba, whose statement was backed by a separate statement from the group of African nations at the Council. The ambassador said that multilateralism is once again being hijacked by a neo-colonialist mentality. He addressed the Council that Ethiopia is being targeted and singled out at the Human Rights Council for defending a democratically elected government, underscoring the Council is being used as an instrument of political pressure. The special session had not condemned the pillage, destruction of property, rape and sexual abuse, use of child soldiers by these rebel forces, the TPLF, the ambassador added. Describing the TPLF as a terrorist group, he said that the fighters had commanded more than 1,000 trucks delivering humanitarian supplies to the people in Tigray region and used them for military purposes. The UN, for its part, blamed the Ethiopian government for mass arrests of Tigrayan descent Ethiopians, along with more than a dozen journalists and UN staff. The Ministry of Industry says machineries looted from factories in Kombolcha and Dese were transported by vehicles displaying UN plates. Melaku Alebel, the Minister of Industry, told reporters that the machines that were looted by the TPLF were loaded at night on vehicles bearing the UN flag. During the robbery, residents were forced to loot and use weapons to tarnish the image of the local community, according to him. He said the robbery was carried out with the help of professionals while the machines were disassembled during the day and were loaded at night. According to Melaku, a psychological damage has been inflicted on industrialists and their workers. He indicated that the factories were used as makeshift military camps and cemeteries. The report also indicated that the group was digging fortifications around the factories. More than 11,000 workers have been laid off due to the damage that occurred on factories, ranging from minor to total damages. Of the 40 factories, 24 had minor damages, 8 were moderately damaged, and the remaining 8 were destroyed. Food manufacturing, Dese Mineral Water, Dese Construction Material Production Center, Gosh Meda Pipeline and Plastic Factory are among the industries that have suffered the most damages as well as lootings. A survey is underway to identify those industries that can easily get back to production, as Elias Tagain reports. There's a huge rise in threats against journalists from the state and non-state political actors over the past 3 years, a new report showed. This was fueled by the explosion in political polarization over social media, the crisis of the conflict in Tigray, COVID-19, and the ethnicization of the media itself, according to Ethiopia's Safety of Journalists, SOJ. SOJ is a draft assessment report conducted by International Media Support, launched in cooperation with Center for Advancement of Rights and Democracy. It comes as the government faces pressure from different right groups, including the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission, following the arrest of 4 journalists, including Tamrat Negara, Yasped Tesfaye, Maaza Mohammed, and Kobrom Worku. The commission demanded the government to disclose the whereabouts of Tamarat and Maaza while asking the rest to be brought to court. Police also announced this week the arrest of Amir Aman, Thomas Ngada and Adisu Mulune for violating the state of emergency and promoting and inflating the capabilities of OLF Shani, a terrorist-designated group. Few international media have relocated their office from Addis Ababa after their correspondents faced attacks, according to the assessment. TPLF and Abba Torbe, a kill squad linked to OLF, are blamed in the killings of journalists. A number of approved bail orders by courts were also overruled by the police during the year, as Ashannafi Ndala reports. That was all for today. For more information, please visit our website, thereporterethiopia.com. Thank you for watching.